Another 2 days of listening to dogs howling, and I'll be practically bugged. We could do better without so much swamp.
Well, it's likely the fellow we're chasing doesn't think the dogs are singing a lullaby either. If he manages to put wide water between us, you and the dogs can go home. Well, I guess he didn't shore here. Let's try that hummock over there.
All you know about old Swanee is what you learned outland. Maybe you reckon all of us swamp folks is riff and raff. But if you come for enlightening, I'm warning you. They don't take kindly to outlanders. And Jed Tollington's mighty touchy-tempered besides. Folks does what he asks them to as long as you're humming.
Big shot, eh? But where I come from don't reach so bad myself, chum. See?
Yes, sirree. You keep getting nervouser and nervouser. Is it because your hide stretched tight?
Suggesting I look scared about something.
And I hope that's what I was at.
Well, I ain't, see?
I thought you was. Used you wasn't. So, well, Swan, it was a mutual mistake.
Now you'll shoot first and talk after. That's providing you ever meet up with Jeff Carter.
I'll meet up with him. I promise you. Just you stay with the boys and the dogs.
It's likely by now those swamp rats have helped him hole in.
Ah. The trouble is you don't know these swamp folks. They won't help an outsider cheat the law. And they won't squeal for all get out. They just forget about it.
That dummy swam straight with the current from over there. And over there is a chain of...
There may be 100 villages yonder. But if it takes from now till doomsday, I'll search them all to find Jeff Carter. And unless he makes a foolish move, I'll bring him in alive. But dead or alive, I'll bring him in. I promise you.
Say, tell me, chum, Dump belongs to this Tollington fella.
Well, when you come to the biggest shebang yonder, Jed Tollington.
Thanks, chum.
Help yourself. is that deep in dough.
Well, I wouldn't know where to look for what I want. And besides, I ain't in a hurry now.
Just what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a woman. I didn't know just how right I was when I figured coming to Jed Tollington was going to help me do it.
Would it be you mean a Jed Tollington would help you to do it?
Could be.
Well, anything he can do, so can I. You see, you are annoying Jed Tollington's wife. You don't stink pretty. Don't seem no proper man smoke nohow. Staying at Peter after Earl smoke 'em in the outside. He'd ought to know. Yes, sirree.
Ain't he right? And you know, I'm the gent what always said the cigarettes was the bunk.
Bunk.
Yeah, they're the bunk.
First time I ever knowed that cigarettes and a place to sleep was synonymous.
I'm a gent what always knows, sir.
What you're forgetting, sir.
Oh, yeah. I was just remembering when you reminded me.
He says you can help him find a woman, Jed.
Woman? What woman?
The swamp woman.
I reckon there's a parcel of women in this swamp country, but none of them will have truck with no outsider, leastwise not.
Everybody around here gets me wrong, see? I already know that gal I mean. I'm her friend, and but a friend. You know, I met her in a diamond dance, and I left her in electric lights. Mister, she's a standout. Class is what she ain't got nothing else but. Yes, sir. From a dime a dance to the big time. And she owes it all to Brand. Flash Brand. That's me.
Did I understand you to say your name was Brand?
Yep. Flash Brand, that's me.
Then, Mr. Brand, I reckon that's about all I did understand of your conversation.
Ain't nothing been said here yet that it makes any sense to me.
He's trying to say that the woman he's looking for works in a theater.
What did her likes be doing here?
Hey, she lived here once, see? And I kind of lost track of her, and her friend said she went home, and she said her home was where her brother was.
Annabelle Tollington.
The swamp woman to me. Sensational.
She ain't here.
What you so scared about, mister?
What do you mean, scared? Listen, mister, nothing scares Brand, see? Flash Brand, that's me. What do you keep staring at me like that for?
You ain't Garrett, and my name ain't Pierre, Pertinax, Pontineau, Briand, Brusacourt, Olivier. Pete Oliver for short.
Elizabeth Tollington, where are you fixing to go?
I ain't fixing. I'm a-going to my cabin.
You better fix to go home.
What for? Is time a-wasting?
Well, Pete Oliver just got back from Outland. Maybe you ain't interested in the bundle he brung with him.
Abner Randa Barry. You reckon something in the package is for me?
Well, I reckon.
Oh!
You ain't gonna hold longer for Annabelle.
Yeah, just tell her that her old friend Brand called, see? Flash Brand, that's me.
For me?
And who said it was for you, little pigeon?
Quit teasing of me.
And who said I was teasing?
Ain't you teasing of me?
Every time I bring in something from the outside, she right away expects it's for her.
I reckon Abner Renderberry will get a piece of my mind.
Oh, you give it to him, Lisbeth. He's just a teasing you.
Yes, it's yours, little woodchuck.
Oh, it's all so pretty. Look, I got shoes.
Just like what you saw in the picture paper.
A made man ain't supposed to see her in that kind of a dress. Not afore a wedding.
Nobody ain't gonna see me first off in this dress, except me. Thank you kindly, sir.
Well, I gotta call off the dogs. They're running in circles.
I'm getting that way myself from the yapping.
If he's lost himself in the deep swamps, he'll soon wish he'd stayed in the chain gang.
If a maid's the only daughter of an only daughter, and a looking glass is cracked the day she is born, and if she puts her wedding dress on for the very first time, looks and hopes and hopes, maybe she'll see her true love.
I've been looking and looking and hoping and hoping. I reckon it ain't so.
Maybe it's because I'm promised to Peter all of it.
Maybe it is so.
Gosh, ain't he the prettiest one?
I can't run any farther. I'm tired. Hearing those dogs in the swamps.
You ain't running no more. Good afternoon, Pete. Oh. You don't seem glad to see me. And after nearly 2 years.
Anna Annabelle Tarlington, why couldn't you stay where you belong?
Aren't you forgetting? I belong here. Besides, I kept getting lonesomer and lonesomer for you. I was wishing maybe you got lonesome sometime for me.
No, I never got lonesome for you. And don't you go to soft soaping either. You know,
Poor Pete. He's so short-witted. Suppose we sit down. You know, you should take things easy, Pete. Be your age.
Maybe your being outside so long makes you forget to remember that the toughest galoot man and boy in the swamps is me. Pierre, Pertinax, Pontineau, Briand, Broussard, d'Olivier.
I know. Pete Oliver for short. Maybe you prefer sitting with me inside.
Annabelle Tarlington, I ain't gonna sit with you inside, outside, or anywhere. Never no more.
Hurry up, Lisbeth. Get yourself ready for supper. Oh, Jed, look who's here. Welcome home, Annabelle.
I reckon that goes for me, too.
Thanks. I've been just dying to see you all again. I thought you was Lisbeth. Oh, where is she? I just can't wait to see her.
Elizabeth's out to her cabin, I reckon.
It's 'cause of what Pete Oliver brung her from outside that she's out to her cabin, Annabelle. Well, it was nice of you to remember Lisbeth with presents, Pete. But then you always were just naturally big-hearted. Well, this wasn't no common everyday present, Annabelle. It was the prettiest wedding dress you ever did see. Wedding dress?
And I can't hardly wait till Monday to see her in it. The bride of Pierre, Pertinax, Pontineau, Briand, Broussard, d'Olivier. Pete Oliver for short.
I do declare. You couldn't have fixed so nice a victuals if you were expecting me.
We was kind of expecting you at that, Annabelle.
Sure. I was kind of expecting you, too.
How you do go on, Pete Oliver.
'Cause an outsider was here this afternoon. Seeking you, Annabelle.
He said you was coming back and that you and was good friends.
That's funny. What was the outsider's name?
His name was Brand. Flash Brand, that's me, fella.
He sure told us a lot about you that we didn't know.
What did the liar say?
Oh, he said that you worked in a big theater once, that he'd lost track of you, and some friends of yours told him you went back home.
He smoked cigarettes, he did. You know how it is, me meeting up with so many. I somehow disremember any gent by that name.
I've never seen anybody so scared about something as he was. Even more scared than you looked when I told you his name.
How you do? Pete Oliver for short. Oh, it's Annabelle. I do declare, you've grown up. You look so pretty. You're almost a woman. Little girl. First time I ever knowed you to be tardy for supper, Lisbeth.
Good cooking and her are synonymous.
Come then, Woodchuck, you sit here by me. You must be getting hungrier and hungrier.
Oh, thank you kindly, Peter Oliver, but shucks, I ain't hungry at all. I'm thinking you've been making believe you had company out to your cabin. Went and eat enough lunch for two.
Ain't she the make-believingest girl, huh?
Well, anyhow, you'll be wanting a cup of tea.
I don't want no tea, Ma.
But Lisbeth, Granny's fixing to read the leaves for us.
Come rain, come shine, come good fortune or bad. Oh, Granny can see it all in the teacup.
I don't want no tea!
Beats me what's come over our little girl.
All day, hound dogs are howling. And tonight, young gals scare the hell out your toes. And no good will come of it.
Oh, me
Make yourself comfortable, Granny, if you please. I've been wanting to talk any private.
You wouldn't drink any tea, so I could tell you a fortune. And I'm not brewing love drops, leastwise, not for you, you being already clean. Now, what do you pray I do for you?
I'm praying you to tell me more about girls like me and looking glasses.
You mean maids, mirrors, wedding dresses, and fellas? If a maid, a daughter of an only daughter, and the mirror's cracked from the day she was born.
And if she puts on her mama's wedding dress for the very first time, providing the dress is then the maid's very own.
See here, Elizabeth Torrington, and don't you tell me no lies. You've gone and looked in the mirror. I reckon you better drink the rest of this tea. Your ma poured it for you in the first place. This time, I'd have to consult the tea leaves. Hi-ho, if the answer ain't right here, and I never noted.
Please, ma'am, was it about a wedding dress?
Did I tell you your ma's wedding dress or your own wedding dress, it's all the same. Providing everything else is exactly as I said.
You mean my looking glass didn't?
I mean, won't tell no lies?
That's what I mean.
Oh, so the cup's empty, eh? Well, Granny said she was going to read your leaves or bust.
Well, you see, I am all in one piece.
And it was nothing but good fortune, I hope. You read in the cup for Lisbeth.
I promised to wait till you came back. Well, I kept my word. Now I'm going.
Oh, you can't go, mister. I won't let you go.
But I've got to. Do you think I can stay here forever?
There ain't no place for you to go, except back where you came from.
I'll never go back where I came from.
Nobody can hide in a deep swamp and live unless he's got friends to help him. And swamp folk ain't friendly to outsiders. Just like all the rest who tried it.
You'll die in the deep swamp.
I'd rather die than go back. Besides, I'd only get you into trouble. There's a law against helping escaped convicts. I can show my gratitude for your kindness only by going.
Mr. Man, you'd be kinder to me if you stayed.
I'd be lower than low to let you take that chance.
You stay here until I get back.
It's goodbye, little girl.
It ain't either. Leastwise, not yet.
I'm going to help you to go.
But you gotta promise to wait till I get back.
I can't promise that. I won't promise.
Well, I'll come back with a boat for you and some things to fish with, and maybe a gun. You can leave tonight, and by morning nobody can catch you.
Well, doing that won't break the law that you're worried about, any more than what I've done already.
Why are you so kind to me?
Oh, I just know you ain't done anything real bad. And I'm banking on my own looking glass. You'll be doing me a kindness if you promise to wait till I get back, Mr. Man.
Though it's against all reason. If it'll please you, little girl, I promise.
Oh! There's some things to eat there. Tea and cake. And I ain't no little girl.
Extra special good. Heady, hey? Ah, but no headaches.
What you hear now, Todd?
Somebody's coming up the path.
I don't hear a thing. Ain't Todd got the hearingest to hear it? Sure has. And the dark don't mean nothing to him neither.
From the light stepping and the swishing, I reckon it's a woman.
Well, I'll swan.
Hiya, folks. And I hope we're all just too glad to see one another again.
Well, hello there.
Howdy, Annabelle. Here's you coming up the path, I did.
Hi, Todd. Beats me how you remembered my voice. And after nearly 2 years.
Oh, I heard you once between, on the outside, whilst I was helping Pete fill an order one night. About 6 months past it was, when I heard you talking to a fella. Not the words, mind you, the sound. You was all huffed up, Annabelle, you was.
Where was I, Todd, when you heard me telling off this fella?
In an alley, I reckon, outside a place where a fella named Spratt always paid for what I brought. Oh, I lost me a good customer when that same Spratt up and died.
Must have made a mistake. I don't know no such place.
If I did make a mistake, it's the very first time.
Annabelle Torrington, ain't you ashamed of such goings-on?
I didn't notice you doing anything to stop me, Pete Oliver, for sure. Didn't I come all the way here just to see you, Pete? And I could use a sample of what you brew in that still.
Well, if that's what's on your mind, come in. Well, say when, Annabelle?
How you do talk, Pete Oliver. You know I never touch the stuff.
Oh, how did you tear that pretty dress so?
Oh, Lisbeth Tollington tore it for me. What else she did to me, Pete, I ain't showing.
Are you telling me you tangled with, my little wildcat, huh?
I mean your little wildcat tangled with me. I'm glad it gives you a laugh, Pete. Because what I found out Lisbeth is doing to you ain't so funny as what she did to me.
Well, I'm sorry she let into you, Annabelle. But the worst she's doing to me is too good for me. You know, what we was once, you and me, it's all over. Ain't you glad you came for my wedding, huh?
Aren't you wondering why me and Lisbeth tangled?
No, I ain't curious, but if you want to tell me, I'm listening.
I called at her cabin to see her, and she drove me away from her door.
Nobody gets to go in that cabin except Lisbeth, not even me. You know, I tried it once. Don't I know?
But I know someone does go in that cabin, Pete. And that someone's good-looking and young. Young enough to be your son.
What are you telling me?
I'm telling you that I saw a fella keep a date with Elizabeth in her cabin. Not an hour ago.
So, a young fella calls on Lisbeth. You walked out on me once, preferring the outside. And you know that I know what you've been up to out there. If you think to walk right back again, you got another thing coming. And if you think to walk between me and Lisbeth, take my advice. Change your mind.
From the day I left, Pete, I was sorry. I stayed away just as long as I could. I just had to see you again.
You sure saw me, and now...
Now you hurt me here by suggesting that I'm jealous. Because I don't want to see no little minx young enough to be your daughter make a fool out of you, Pete.
I heard enough out of you.
Especially with no good-looking fella young enough to be your son.
I said I heard enough out of you.
Why, you cheat yourself into thinking she's true to you.
Shut your lying face!
My face is lying, then. Why did Elizabeth nearly kill me to keep me away from her door? And her not knowing that I saw her fella go in the cabin. A young fella, Pete.
She'll tell me all about it if I ask her.
Then why don't you ask her? In front of the fella. The young fella, Pete. I got reasons to think you'll be waiting for her there. Waiting for your little Liz there.
For your own sake, I hope you ain't lying.
What's he so huffed up about? Beats me how you know he's huffed up.
Well, I must be leaving, folks. See you all at the wedding. Maybe.
I've been thinking about the fella I heard you talking to. Perhaps I could disremember your voice, Annabelle, but not his. I heard him inside talking to Spratt, before I heard him in Spratt's alley.
Are you sure you heard him inside Spratt's place?
Yep, in Spratt's office. The sound, mind you, not the words. And I'm mighty glad you remembered Spratt's name.
I never heard of him until you told me.
Well, it ain't no never mind anyhow.
Open the door, Lisbeth. I got to know if the latch string broke or you just locked yourself in. Please, Lisbeth. Open the door or I'll break it down.
Where's the girl?
I haven't seen any girl. I saw the cabin, that's all there was to it.
Dogs howling yesterday. How did you get here? I ain't seen no boats.
I came through the swamp, sir. Those dogs were after me.
When did you get here?
About an hour ago.
Lying. You're too clean to be out of the swamp water only that long. And besides, I know the girl was waiting here when you came.
Please, you must listen to me. Let me explain.
I'll kill you with my hands.
hate you to my dying day.
I didn't know rightfully how you cared. I came to call on you, little pigeon.
That's right. I was frightened, surprised. I fought.
Sure. How could I guess he was your friend? I hit him. I'm sorry, little pigeon. I reckon we'd best get him where he can lie down.
Caught in the cabin.
I reckon I shouldn't have called on you, Lisbeth. But now I'm glad that I did. He's been sleeping like that near all night. This helps some. I fetched it from the still. And the way he went right off to sleep, I guess he ain't used to good liquor.
Sure he ain't hurt bad. He looks like so quiet.
He ain't hurt bad. And now there's something needs telling. I lied to you yesterday. He lied, too, to have me. When I brought you this dress, you were just a little girl. And when you laid eyes on him, you growed up. I'm no good. I tried to kill him yesterday. When he wakes up, feed him good and bring him to my place. Nobody ain't gonna hurt him no more.
Peter Oliver, you're a good man.
Thanks.
Elizabeth said you paid her a visit when her ma and pa wondered what was keeping you last night. She said you begged to be excused.
Did you tell Elizabeth that you put me up to it?
Don't ask me no foolish questions.
Sorry, ain't you, that she came back with a hull hide?
You do me wrong, Pete. I only wanted for you to open your eyes.
Eyes was open, all right. But not like you think. Annabelle Tollington, you ain't no good. Elizabeth is clean, right down to the soul of her. Of course, what you put me up to showed me that I ain't no good either. There ain't gonna be no wedding tomorrow. I'll think up some good excuse to tell her pa and ma tonight.
Oh, Pete. Isn't there something I can do to show you that I'm sympathizing with you?
Sure can. Take your hands off me.
Pete, there's the Outlander calling on you. From the looks of the big star he's toting, I reckon he must be a lawman.
You stay here. Mister, are you wanting me?
I am if you're Peter Oliver.
I'm Pierre Pertinax Pontino Brian Brusacort. Pete Oliver for short. Now, what can I do for you?
First off, I'm not interested in your business.
Well, just what are you interested in?
You most likely heard bloodhounds day before yesterday. I'm interested in what they're after.
Well, I'm not interested.
Just thought you ought to know. You're not interested in my business? I'm not interested in yours. There's somebody behind that door that seems more than interested in both.
Mister, you're mistaken. I know the law, too. And no lawman can enter and search without a warrant. Where's yours?
Oh? That's outside law. And you make your own laws here. Well, so do I. And I'll get what I want. I promise you. Oh. So it's you, Miss Tollington.
Hello, Copper.
I was told you'd come back. I've been wanting to see you.
Well, help yourself to an eyeful. You got nothing on me.
Maybe yes, maybe no. You once trailed with Flash Brand. And somehow I've the notion that he knew more about how Spratt was killed than he let on.
You know, Commissioner...
Thanks for the promotion. But you know I'm only a detective lieutenant. I wear the star on my coat for the swamp folks' benefit.
Like I've been accused of wearing my heart on my sleeve. Anyhow, you know, anything I had to say, I told to the coppers in Headquarters.
When you were picked up with Flash Brand?
I had nothing to do with the trial.
Neither had Brand. What you said fixed that. Where's Flash Brand?
How you talk, Commissioner. I haven't even heard from him since I told him off in Spratt's Alley.
Quit your stalling. You know Flash Brand was looking for you at your brother's. Just as I'm looking for that young fellow who got a term for killing Spratt.
Are you telling me the young fellow who got the term is loose in the swamp?
That's what I'm telling you.
Tell me, Commissioner, how does this young fellow look?
One build, he's about medium. In looks, I'd say clean cut, blondish. There's a nice reward for whoever turns him in.
Next to you, Commissioner. He's just my type.
You haven't answered my question. What about Brand?
Oh, I forgot about Brand. Come to think of it, my folks did say that he came calling. But honest, Commissioner, I haven't seen him. If I never see him again, it'll be too soon.
Take a tip from a copper, Mr. Oliver. Never lean against a door when you're snooping.
Well, I was just coming in. Well, ain't this my place?
I made the arrest in the first place of this young fellow I'm wanting. And I'll arrest him again. And if anyone's covering up anything, I'll find it out, and I'll make those arrests, too. I promise you.
If you'd have squealed on the fellow that lawman is after, I'd have broken your neck, Annabelle Tollington.
Oh. So you did see the fella in Elizabeth's cabin?
Yeah, I saw him.
You are stuck on Elizabeth, aren't you, Pete?
Just like she stuck on him, I reckon.
I reckon I know just how you feel. You said I was no good, Pete. But I didn't squeal on Elizabeth's fella.
You were saving your hide. I heard how you was mixed up with that Brand, Flash Brand. That's me, fella.
Then you must have heard me say that if I never see him again, it'll be too soon. Now I just can't wait to get a good look at Flash Brand.
Are you sure you're all right, Mr. Mann?
I'm all right, Elizabeth.
Would you kindly say that again?
I heard your friend call you Lisbeth. Isn't that short for Elizabeth?
Sounds like music, the way you say it.
Hello there. What's your hurry?
Hello, Lieutenant.
I hope you're going to come quietly.
I'm all through fighting. This little girl helped me innocently. You can't...
I don't want her. I'll take your word. Are you armed?
No, I'm not armed, Lieutenant. That old gun in the boat isn't loaded.
Well, I've got a boat with a motor yonder. Come on.
Goodbye, Elizabeth. All my thanks.
Wait just a little minute, Mr. Lawman. Can't you see he couldn't do anything really bad? Shucks. He's too darn pretty.
Take me out of here.
I'm sorry, little girl.
Here, leave. I'll go with him.
I'll let you go with him as far as the boat.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I'll never forget you, Elizabeth.
Come on.
Run, my honey. Get his old engine boat and run to Pete Oliver's. You've got friends in the deep swamp now. Nobody ever will find you.
No, Elizabeth. I can't run now.
I won't let him cage you up. Please, please, run just for me. Please, run.
No.
I don't think it's broken. But I won't do any walking for some time. Why don't you do what the little girl wants you to?
Why don't you do what the little girl wants you to? And I ain't no little girl.
You know I wouldn't leave you like this, Lieutenant. Sorry about the accident.
That wasn't any accident.
I only wanted to help you, Mr. Mary.
I know. Where can we take him?
We can take him to my mom and Pa's, and Grandy Grundy will cure him. You'll see.
Annabelle, I gotta talk to you.
And believe it or not, I was dying to talk to you.
Look at me. Look what hanging around just for talk to you has done to Brand. Flash Brand, that's me. Class, Annabelle. You're nothing but class to me.
And you, Brand, are just a flash in the pan to me.
That fella that killed Spratt broke jail, Annabelle.
You ain't telling me nothing.
You know about it?
How'd you guess it?
Yeah, well, maybe you didn't know he had it right for here. And nobody's caught him yet.
You're not worried, are you, Brand? That he might catch up with that fellow who saw you in Spratt's office? Just about the time Spratt was bumped off.
I don't know what you mean, Annabelle.
I lied for you, Brand. Lied to the coppers. Swore that I took nearly an hour telling you off in that alley.
What are you talking now, Annabelle? You didn't lie for me, baby.
Because you told me you didn't go into Spratt's office, I believed you. I saved your hide. I took less than 10 minutes telling you off in that alley. Imagine me taking more than that to tell any mug off.
I didn't go into Spratt's office. I told the truth. I was cheating on you, maybe, across the street.
Like I cheated for you? To the coppers?
I'm still dippy about you, baby. And so help me, I didn't go into Spratt's office.
Well, I had my fun. I was just making believe that you didn't.
Yeah, anything for a laugh, huh?
Well, if there's nothing else on your mind, Brand, I'll say good night. It's been nice seeing you.
Don't go. I ain't done talking yet, Annabelle.
Got some company waiting inside. Say, maybe you'd like to meet them.
No, not yet. Anyhow, I met them before, see, and, you know, I figure they don't like me.
Oh, they'll like you all right, providing I introduce you formal. I'll be back for you, sugar, just as soon as I can.
I'll be waiting right here, baby.
Lied for you. You lied to her. The fellow who saw you in Spratt's office talks. You'd be just a flash in the pan. A flash in the pan. A flash in the pan.
I've been quiet and retiring, just an uninspiring siren. I shrink when I'm on the verge. My chassis classy and chic. I've got a lot of technique. What I need is yours. But isn't it strange? change. I feel the same, I look the same, but say that's the least. Just what word in parting do you know what you're starting? Say, I'll surprise you.
Your game's crooked, Spratt.
Them's harsh words, mister. But maybe you're talking that way because you're a loser.
I'm talking that way, Spratt, because the house deals from a stock deck.
Oh, come on into my office. We'll talk this over. The deal's square. Right in here, son.
Anything I can do for you, mister?
Nobody can do anything for me except Spratt.
If that moonshiner talks, you're just a flash in the pan. A flash in the pan. A flash in the pan.
You didn't disremember, Todd. I fibbed to you.
That's fine. Now, my record's still perfect. I figured you might meet up again with that fella I heard you talking to. And crack my old bones, I just heard him.
That's right, Todd. And I'm thanking you now for what you told me about hearing him in Spratt's office. Come inside with me, Todd. How you feeling now, Commissioner?
Well enough to shove off of the sun.
How about you, Harrison?
I'm going with him.
Maybe, Commissioner, you'll be changing your mind, providing you'll listen to me.
I'm listening.
You say I should do it, little pigeon. And I'll take that lawman six-shooter. And I'll carry your feller away. Nobody'll find him where I take him.
Thank you kindly, Peter Oliver. But I reckon he wants to do what he's a-doing.
'Twouldn't do him no good. Not his kind, it wouldn't. Be all the time of running. Oh, honey lamb, I sure wished we hadn't never give you that cabin.
I'll be glad, Ma, till I die. That you did.
You're all right, Annabelle. If this works out, what can I do for you?
Well, you might put in a good word for me with Peter Oliver.
I promise you.
Lieutenant Rance wants everyone to come into the store.
Come in. Folks, meet my friend, who you know was so anxious to meet up with me.
Are you? Sure, I know. The brand. Flash brand. That's me, fella.
Have a chair, Brand.
Thanks. Glad to meet you again.
But he'd be gladder to meet up with somebody else. Wouldn't you, Brand? With a gent who keeps you from sleeping so good.
Ain't you the one for laughs, Annabelle? I sleep like a rock.
You mean you need rockin' to sleep, don't you, baby?
Oh, have your fun, Annabelle, but fun's fun.
Ain't it the truth, Brand? And where Brand wasn't supposed to be, a tin horn named Spratt was killed.
You trying?
Bet she is. She's doing a good job of it, too.
You're just too sweet, Commissioner.
Hello, Lieutenant. Glad to meet you.
Spratt was killed by a blow on the head, Brand.
Yeah, when his head hit the fire irons in the grate. After a kid who claimed he was Koldak clipped Spratt on the jaw.
Well, I never thought he was killed by a fall. I think he was killed by a crack on the head with a poker. A poker that's disappeared with fingerprints on it.
What's that got to do with me, Lieutenant?
Spratt had the finger on you, Brand. You reneged on your IOUs.
Well, sure. The kid was right. Spratt ran a crooked game. That's why I reneged on my IOUs.
You killed Spratt with that poker.
Listen, copper, I didn't kill anybody, see? Anyhow, that's water under the bridge. I had an alibi, see? Didn't I prove I was outside Spratt's office when he was bumped off?
I was your alibi, but I lied. Me taking a now to tell off a mug like you.
So, you sang for the copper.
Yeah, and they liked the words and music, too.
Because Annabelle lied for you, Brand. You thought she'd be afraid of a term for perjury and would have to do what she said.
Listen, Lieutenant, you admit she's a liar, huh? But she's doing all the lying right here, see? We was an hour gabbing in Spratt's alley. But whether we was or we wasn't doesn't make any difference, see? Nobody can prove that I was in Spratt's office when he was knocked off.
Excepting the little man with the great big eyes you saw watching you in the hall. The little man you've been planning to kill, so you can sleep tonight.
Sure, Brand. Take a look over there. Come on in, Todd Appleby.
Give him a good look, Todd. Well, you asked for him.
I wish I could have handed that little sneak the same thing I handed Spratt.
So you did kill Spratt?
Are you trying to tell me he didn't squeal?
Todd couldn't have seen you. He's been blinder than blind all his life. Baby.
I'm going out, see? If anybody tries to stop me, you can guess who gets burned first from this rod, see?
Now you know why I didn't squeal on Elizabeth's fella this morning, Pete.
If he hurts you, Annabelle, I'll break him in two. Just as sure as my name is Pete Oliver for short.
I'll shorten you, all right. I'll cut you down with this if you don't stand in your tracks.
Do what he says, Pete. Do it for me.
Well, I guess that's about all there is to it, Flash Brand.
Oh, I was near to dying when I saw that gun. Are you sure you ain't hurt, Mr. Man?
I'm sure, Elizabeth.
Between what your Aunt Annabelle did and this here Brand fella, this is a lucky day for you, little pigeon.
I'm going out with the lieutenant at sunup, Elizabeth. But I'll be coming back before very long.
That was a grand thing you did tonight, Annabelle. I've a hunch it was your heart, not your head, that did the squaring tonight.
You do say the nicest things, Commissioner.
And as for you, Pete Oliver, if you don't try squaring yourself with her, I'll take an interest in your business. I promise you.
Well, that's the end of Flash Brand. Or your name isn't Pierre Pontenot, Pertinax, Briand, Brusicot, Olivier. Pete Oliver for short.